write your business or self-help book, your story as an entrepreneur or a business owner or a coach or a consultant is so valuable. That is what attracts people to you when they read your book. It's what engages your readers. Your journey, your ups and your downs and your learning process is what will make your readers love you. You will show them that you've been through the same sorts of problems as they have, and that you've come out the other side and you've found a process that works, or whatever you're talking to them about. But your story needs to be in your business or self-help book. It takes a team to write a good book. And when you come on the KPI Publish process, you have a team around you. You have a mentor, but you also have a group of people who are also writing their book at the same time, and you have an accountability group, and you have a process to go through. And it makes writing your book an awful lot easier than you might think. When I'm told by people that they're not going to write a book, these are the 3 top reasons they tend to tell me. It's too difficult, it'll take too long, I haven't got time, I don't know what I'd put in it, I haven't got enough material to write a book, and I don't know how to write it, I don't know how to structure a book. Well, let me answer those objections. So, a short-form business or self-help book is very, very popular at the moment. People don't want to read War and Peace and take on masses of detail and have to spend a long time taking in what you've got to say to them. They want a quick hit. They want to know what the problem, that you understand their problem and that you have a solution to it. They want to read what that is, and they want to get out there and put it into practice in their business or their lives or whatever it is. So 30,000 words is a very good average length for a perfectly good business or self-help book. Now that's probably 30 reasonably, decent length blogs. When you're in flow, when you get into the writing habit, you can write 1,000 words in an hour, sometimes more, sometimes less, sometimes it'll take a bit longer. But on average, that's what you can do when you get into the habit of writing. So if you took an hour every day for a month, you could get a book written. It's a question of getting into the habit and being regular about it. So I think that you can, in terms of time, everybody can, and most KPIs do write their book. So in terms of content, people who think, oh, I haven't got enough to say, I'm not sure what I'd write in my book. Who gives training courses? Who does workshops? Who gives talks? Who writes blogs? Who has a website and marketing materials? You have got plenty to say. You can fill a book with that material. It's in your heads. If you are running your business successfully, if you do what you do as a coach or a consultant, if you have a process, it's there, it's in your head. You just have to get it out onto the page. You have plenty of content. And finally, if you don't know how to do it, when I work with authors on KPI or individually, we go through a very specific set of processes. And this is what really works to get a good book out there. We plan an incredibly detailed structure, a contents page at least twice the size as you would get at the front of any book. So your contents page tells you exactly what you're going to write at every stage of the book. And after that, it becomes more like writing by numbers. You never have to face a blank page with no idea of what to write. So then we use our writer process to go through the writing process. And one of the problems that especially first-time authors make is that they think writing a book is some kind of amorphous, undifferentiated activity where they have to do all sorts of things all at once, like writing and editing and reviewing and changing and improving, and it's not. The essential thing to realize that writing a book is filled with a discrete set of activities, and you really can't do them all together. Writing and editing two completely different brain functions. So it's impossible to do them all at once. So what we do in our writer process is first we write a first draft without stopping, without going back, without checking, reviewing. We just get a first draft out there. Then we take a step back and we review. And we go through it and look at what the issues might be from a reader's point of view. And then we go through and improve it. And that's a separate stage as well. Then it's time to test it on outsiders. Scary bit, showing your book, your manuscript to people, well, anybody really, but with the right kind of range of beta readers, just a small group of people who give you the right sort of feedback. It's an incredibly useful process and one that shouldn't be skipped. And then after that, with that feedback, you're ready to do a self-edit. And then you may or may not want to repeat some of these stages, or you may feel that now you've got your book into a shape where you hand it on to a professional editor. And I'd just like to say that no book, not by me, not by you, not by anybody else, should go to print without having a professional edit. Because it's really, really important for, if you're writing a book, to enhance your authority, that it is an authoritative book, not just in terms of the content, but also the way it's produced, the way it reads, the way it looks. So having countered, I hope, some of your objections as to why you can't write a book, let me tell you why you should write a book. Your book is your ambassador. Once it's out and published, it goes around the world. It's working for you 24/7. It reaches people that you do not have the time or the space or the ability to reach yourselves. And your book will be sent on by other people. But, you know, from one person who's read it will recommend it to other people. It's incredible how the book spreads the word about you and gets you known and brings people to you, brings business to you. It's also the best business card you could have. I mean, if you think about it, how much better is it to be able to, when you're talking to someone who's, you know, potentially a partner, a colleague, a client, a prospect, to be able to get out of your bag a paperback or a hardback, a solid book that you've written with your name on it and your words, as opposed to a little bit of cardboard with your contact details on it. Your book also gives you incredible credentials as a thought leader. It makes you appear authoritative in the eyes of the world. And the actual process of writing your book, of getting your material into shape, into structure, and then writing it out in detail, is an incredible self-development process. Many authors that I've worked with, often during the KPI process, have found that writing their book actually changes their business, makes them see that things could be done better, or that they should be heading for a different market, or that they need to pivot their business or their brand a little bit. So it's really, even if it doesn't get published, writing your book is an incredibly positive process for you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. It gives you amazing clarity.